everyone, and welcome to today's session. It is virtual, but hopefully you are still able to learn how to make a monkey fist keychain, because honestly they look quite cool. Here's one example of one I made, and today you'll be making something similar. So what do you all have in your makeshift kit? Well, we have this little tool that's made from an old clothes hanger. And this is what we're going to actually use to make the monkey fist. It's going to make our lives a little bit easier, and so you're not having to balance all of the strings at once. You will also have 3 different colored pieces of paracord that's going to be your monkey fist, the little dice that goes in the middle to kind of keep it in place and give it some structure, and finally a keychain. If you want to attach it to the keychain, you could also just kind of leave it by itself if you wanted to do that, or I'm sure you could come up with something else as well. To start, we're going to take our tool and the first piece of paracord that we want to use, and we're going to wrap it around the 2 tongs at the end of the tool, so we make a complete rotation 5 times. So it's going to look just like that. I'm going to secure the ends of this blue one with a piece of tape just so that it stays put while I'm doing the next step. So I'm going to put it horizontal. I'm going to take the second piece of paracord that I'm using, and I'm going to wrap it around 5 times again, but I'm going to wrap it over and under my first string, just like that. I'm going to need some more room, so I'm just kind of moving it to the end of the tool. You are able to move it a lot on the tool, and that helps. So then when we finish wrapping that, it's going to look just like this. You have all 5 strings of your second one there, all 5 over here. We just have one more to go. And what we're going to do with this one is we're going to wrap it around 5 times like we did previously, but we're going to wrap it over and under our second string, or our second color. For me that was yellow, and so it goes through there. Make sure it's also going in between your first string. I just made a mistake there where the string went under the blue, but it needs to go above the blue here. Then this is what it looks like when you have the last one. It's starting to resemble that knot, which is great. So the next step is fitting our die inside of this little knot. It's going to keep the shape that we want. It's going to require a little bit of maneuvering to get it inside, but you can always adjust all the strings afterwards. I found a spot with the biggest opening. I just kind of crammed it in there. And then I can move the strings around to cover it so that it is inside. Okay, so that is inside. I removed my piece of tape, and the next step is getting this off of your little metal device. So if you just pull down the elastic bands, it's going to release the top like that. And then you're going to want to pull it up and then down. And there, it is free. We're going to then start just kind of pulling the strings to tighten. Make sure you're tightening all different colors and you're switching and you're slowly going about doing this step, because if you rush it, you're going to end up misforming your knot. So there, that might have taken a little while, but we finally have this monkey fist. The next step is to cut off 2 of the colors of the excess strings, but you're going to leave one so that you have something to attach your monkey fist to a keychain. I would try and find 2 strings that have almost a similar length in the amount left over. Blue is a little bit close, but I like the yellow, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it to make it even. There. For the other ones, I'm just going to cut it as close to the actual knot as I can get, and I'm going to try and just hide it. So there, all my ends are hidden underneath the other parts of the knot. I have part to attach to my keychain, so I'm just going to do that. Here's the end product, our monkey fist keychain. It looks pretty great. I'm a little biased though because I just made it, and I would love to see any photos of the creations you make at home. Feel free to send it to us at our email, highriverlibrary@gmail.com. And also, if you have any concerns or questions, or you're having difficulty with one step, feel free to email and I will try and get back to you as soon as possible. But yeah, pretty great end result. So thank you for doing this with me from your own home, and have a great rest of your week and weekend.